Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kyle Anderson here. I'm here at Colonia High School, and I'm joined by Hall of Fame great Michael Payne from 1,000-point scorer from Colonia High School, along with our good friend who's always here for the Patriots, Phil Hall. How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing great. Looking forward to a good game.
Same here, Kyle.
Hopefully Colonia will come out on top.
North Jersey, Section 2, Group 3, second round.
Yes.
Colonia eliminated North Hunterdon in the first round, and they're about to face Somerville, who comes in with a 16 and 11 record.
Yes.
And Colonia is sporting the number 1 seed at 17 and 10.
Yes.
What do you think about that record along with that seed?
Well, I mean, it just shows that Colonia faced, good competition. They had a lot of power points, and I think this is going to be a good game.
I've had the pleasure of seeing both of the teams play. I saw Somerville play against Woodbridge. They were beating Woodbridge at half. Woodbridge came back for a 15-point lead. Some good defense on Jace Rodriguez there.
Yes, and Somerville's not scared. They're starting off in a man-to-man defense.
There you go.
And Jace open in the corner.
Lights it up for 3.
That's a good sign because he was off last game.
That's also the end of the man-to-man defense.
It might be.
Okay, and Colonia is staying in the man-to-man defense themselves. We talked about this in the girls' game. This court can also take some getting used to for a visiting team. It's a smaller court.
Yes.
Colonia plays the press in here very, very well. And the freshman should get an assist on that shot. Donovich basically knocked that ball in.
Hampton with the inbounds pass and lays it up. Jason's hot today.
Yes.
All right.
It's a very good sign.
That's a two-pointer.
That was a two-pointer.
Yeah, he struggled against Piscataway, and he struggled in the first half of last game.
Well, he struggled because everybody's double-teaming him now.
The first basket scored by Somerville was by one of their talented sophomores.
Deep, and the rebound goes to Tyler Herman.
Colonia looking to push the ball. Somerville back in a man-to-man defense. Actually, they may be in a matchup zone because number 33 is not covering any. Well, yeah, here he goes. He's out on 0. So they're in man. You can tell now when Colonia cuts.
And in and out for the senior, Chiara.
Great patience by Colonia on that possession, though.
Ball's out on number 33.
Colonia's got a clear height advantage over the team, too. So you have Radonovich at 6'7". You've got Jace Rodriguez at 6'1", 6'2", and you've also got Dylan Chiara at 6'2", and Tyler Herman around 6'1".
Yep.
Kyle, we talked about this earlier when they played in the game on Friday.
They're in the zone.
Yeah.
They're in the zone. They're in a 2-3 zone right now. They probably did that on the out of bounds. When they went out of bounds, they switched up to a 2-3.
There's Holloway with a nice stop, pop, and jump shot there.
Colonia, an aggressive man-to-man defense.
Hampton on the drive, lays it up,
and he's lefty.
Wow. Colonia just truly gets up the court very fast. Holloway, Phil, you and I saw this in the last game. Holloway was just, a bolt of energy going up and down the court.
He's a lightning bolt going up and down the court. You're absolutely right. But they have several people that come off the bench that give you that same sense of energy.
We saw that with Jaden Johnson.
Jaden Johnson.
What a game he had.
And not enough gets said about the senior, Dylan Chiara.
Yes.
Dylan's been a part of this basketball team for the last 3 years, part of the varsity for the last 3 years. And while you don't see a lot of prolific scoring out of him, what you do is you see a calm senior out there, a floor general, someone who directs and gets people into the right spot knows where high basketball IQ.
Fills up the stat sheet a little bit. He gets steals. He gets assists.
Yes.
Gets rebounds. He gets points. So, yes, he's been a steady, calm influence for them.
And Tyler Herman, being the other senior, is another one. Last week we saw him really battle for a lot of rebounds, outlet, and a couple of key shots down the stretch.
Yes, yes. So Colonia's off to a good start.
Really are. 10-2.
And you can't say enough about the freshmen, Kyle.
But you said it last game, Kyle. That press, they really ratchet it up, boy.
They do. When Coach Chiera flips that switch, he suffocates the offense.
Yeah, Coach Rodriguez really coaching on that sideline. Here's a loose ball. Colonia's usually on the floor for those loose balls.
You know, and you've played for some great coaches here. A great coach coaches throughout no matter what the lead is.
No matter what the score is, he's coaching for the next game. He's coaching for the next 5 games. And it doesn't matter what the score is. You're coaching situation. Look at that, look.
All right.
That pressure defense, another turnover. Chiera
uses his body well. Referee could have called the foul, but didn't.
Kyle, I think you coached him into that turnover because he was doing exactly what you said. In the right position all the time. He's a leader on the floor, does all the right thing, gets a rebound there, throws it up ahead. He doesn't get enough credit.
Put it like this, Kyle. He's playing with urgency. He doesn't want this to be his last game.
Here you go. Any game could be his last one, that's
right.
for sure.
Neither do I.
We also say it every game. This was a team who had a schedule for 4 key players that are not on this roster anymore.
Exactly. I was talking with Phil. I truly believe Colonia would have been a top 10 team in the state if all of those guys came back.
Yeah, no doubt. With Aiden Durkak, what he's doing on the level with Spire Academy.
Yes.
What
R.J. Worthman brought to the table.
R.J. Worthman, he was a really unsung hero on that team last year.
But his athleticism was unquestioned, though, and his toughness. Yeah, they tried to throw an alley-oop dunk to Jace Rodriguez. I didn't know he had that kind of hops.
So, once again, the 6th man of the Colonia Patriots is this out-of-bounds line. Every team gets used to it. They think it's a volleyball line, and they step a little too deep on the court.
Yes. So a change. Number 33 is in the game.
Klein.
Yes, he's very athletic. He battles on the boards.
And the freshman goes up for a very nice layup. I like how he got low like that.
Yes.
You know? Got his shoulder inside.
Couldn't take the ball away.
Yeah.
Look at the defense. Look at the press. He got to push.
And Desmond, we apologize for always referring to you as a freshman. It's just a rookie thing. We'll call him the freshman.
Yes.
But he's earned that name.
Yes.
He's earned that spot.
But put it like this, Kyle. At this point in the year, you're not a freshman.
Look at this.
Right. You got
Look at
great
this.
experience.
There he goes.
That's why we let you know he's a freshman.
All right.
Because he doesn't play like one.
Nope.
And he's a true freshman.
Yep.
Nice,
Beautiful.
Nice press break there by Somerville. They just couldn't finish.
Yep. And Colonia looks to push at all opportunities.
Nice kick out. And the ball goes over the backboard.
We didn't get a chance to say it, but Colonia really wants to play up-tempo. They are undefeated when they've scored 60 or more points, and the up-tempo really favors them.
That's a great stat. I didn't know that.
Yes,
one. Yeah.
undefeated. Yep.
Now they've inserted Jaden Johnson into the game and really into the right spot.
Jaden Johnson is instant offense and defense.
Wow. What a great block. That was by number 33,
Klein.
Klein.
Yes, I said he brings athleticism off the bench.
Swatted that into the
he got 5.
upper cheap seats there.
But swatted, key word.
Yeah. And while that only counts as one block, it does create a little bit of intimidation.
Intimidation.
Yeah. There's a nice shot by number 4,
Bradley.
Messiah Bradley.
Yep. Well, I think they see that he has to try to match the athleticism of Colonia, so they brought him in the game early, number 4. Because he wasn't one of their starters.
Jace is drawing 2 defenders at all times. I could have got called for a foul. They could have fouled him on that one, but they didn't give it to him. They're letting him play a little.
Playing aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't know if that call is right. I thought that was
a little bit of a hip check there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know?
I see number 4 has inserted a little energy for Somerville. He got Klein off his feet or somebody off their feet that on a pump fake, so he's getting a little energy for them.
Herman comes back in and never mind. They're going to send out Radonovich.
Yeah, well, that foul was on Radonovich, and I couldn't see that. Hampton on the shot, misses it.
Colonia's doing a nice job on the boards. They're clearing out every rebound. No offensive rebounds for Somerville.
And that was a nice rebound by Herman. But I like that Jace came in and took that jumper
Mid-range.
inside the foul line.
Yes,
Gotta
mid-range
do that.
inside. Foul line, gave his team an opportunity for an offensive rebound.
Again, it's
Colonia steal, up ahead.
Jaden Johnson gets it up and in.
Herman on a steal to Johnson, instant offense.
And Jaden Johnson picking up where he left off after scoring a career-high 26 last game.
Okay. Good defense by Rodriguez.
And Jaden Johnson again.
With the left, and it's good.
Go to the line. I love it. And he spoke to the athletic director on the ground. He said, "That's why you brought me here."
Yeah. He is getting hot at the right time.
Right down at Coach Grasso's feet. Coach Grasso's pumping him up. Jaden Johnson looked at him. He pumped him up. The crowd got into it. That's what high school basketball is.
Before his career high, he was only averaging 4 points.
Yeah.
He scored 26. He already has 4 quick points coming off the bench.
Sure. Phil and I saw some of that in the Piscataway game.
Yes.
Oh, and he's improved on the free throws because he struggled with that the last game.
Yeah, Colonia is playing, and at this rate, they're on a pace for 100. The score is 23-4.
Another steal by Johnson, but he knocked it out of bounds, so it'll be Somerville's ball on the side. Ladies and gentlemen, your Colonia Patriots are leading 23-4 with a minute 26 to go.
It just goes to show you the pace that Colonia wants to play at. They want to go as fast as you can go. That's what they like.
And when a team is down like this, that basket shrinks.
Yes.
You know,
because you want to make 10-point plays.
There you go.
You said it.
Yep.
Tegan Aponte is in the game now, too, number 11.
Ponce is a great defender, great rebound, and a lot of putbacks. So Colonia is right now, they're having their way with the Tigers.
Yes, they are. Everything they seem to do, every button that they push has seemed to be the right one so far.
Minute to go. Klein comes out of the game. Chiara comes back in.
But we learn in sports, it's never over, so you got to keep your foot on the pedal on the metal.
Yes, you do.
Ponce throws the ball out of bounds. He's looking for Rodriguez to cut, but he stopped, so the ball went out of bounds on Colonia. So it's Somerville's ball on the Colonia's basket.
And Hampton comes back in. There's a nice three by number three, Brian Palco.
Yep. They have at least 2 lefties. Palco and Hampton are both lefty.
And that was a much-needed shot to stop the bleeding for Somerville.
Absolutely. It was getting ready to get really ugly.
Yeah, when you score 4 points in the first quarter, that's something to be concerned about. Chiara with the ball. Kyle, are you impressed at all with Rodriguez's height on his jump? When he's shooting a jumper or when he's going to the basket?
Yeah, his jumping ability has improved markedly from last year. I noticed that early in the season, and he was showing it off with a lot of dunks early in the season.
All right, here we go. They've cleared it out for him.
He goes up,
Finger
and a little deep on the backboard. He's
his dad is getting ready to talk to him now.
Yeah.
But a great quarter by Colonia, 23-7. They came out with a lot of intensity, and They got a decent sized lead right now.
Chiara has 5 points, and Jaden Johnson has 5 points off the bench.
Yep.
Rodriguez has 5. It's a pretty balanced scoring. Holloway 2. Desmond Radonovich has 4, and that's your total of 23 for Colonia so far. Blako has 3 he just hit that 3 to make it to 7 points. He has 3. Bradley has 2, and Hampton, number 5, has 2, and that's the 7 points for Somerville.
Yeah, this gym is not an easy place to play. We get the student section behind. They call them the Colonia Crazies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get in as the tournament starts to go further down the line. The crowd back there gets more and more intense. Their cheers get more organized. They know a little bit about you. They know who you're dating and everything. They'll call out your girlfriends. They do all of those things that they get away with.
Yes.
They get away with it. And in a small gym, you hear it all. You hear it all when you're on the foul line, and they know something about you getting a C in a class.
It brings some great memories of when I played. That whole section used to be filled, and they would say every
That's right.
words at the opponents.
But and it's an advantage for a school to have the bleacher section behind the basket.
Yes, absolutely.
The quickness and the intensity and the pressure that they put on the teams is incredible. And how they get back in position so quick. You can't just blow by them.
This is totally opposite than what happened last game. Colonia was off to a slow start last game. They're off to a blistering start this game.
Oh, in and out. That would have been a nice 3 for number 4 for Somerville.
Yeah, that's Bradley. He doesn't mind taking the shot.
No, he's giving them a little energy off the bench. But Colonia has controlled the defensive rebounds. No offensive rebounds for them.
Ponsa gets the ball up, but he actually caught the backboard on his way up.
And then Johnson got the rebound. He put it up, but got it blocked, so it'll be Somerville's ball. We also have number 15 into the game. That's Taylor. And now we have Chihara coming back along with Holloway and Radonovich. And they'll be replacing Jaden Johnson, Herman.
Yeah, that was a quick substitution by Coach Rodriguez.
Coach has got to get some offense going. It's been, we didn't capitalize on that last possession, and we don't want him to get any momentum.
Radonovich on the rebound on a missed shot by Bradley.
Nice pass in the corner. Nice cut.
Very good cut and a great spin move. And it rattles around, but it goes in.
Beautiful move.
Very impressive by the freshman. Beautiful pass by Jace Rodriguez, too. Overcutting Desmond. Colonia in their customary man-to-man defense.
And number 35, Andrew Talron, is able to go in with the left off the glass, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play.
Yes, I had said previously Colonia was controlling the defensive rebounds, and they let up an offensive rebound there and also let up the bucket and the harm and the foul.
So he'll be shooting at the line 1, and he makes it.
He rattles it in.
Brings Somerville to 10 points, Colonia 25. Rodriguez with the ball, directing traffic.
Deep shot, but Jaden was there. And that was a foul that just didn't need to do. And sometimes it comes out of frustration.
Yes.
We still forget that Jaden is a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Jace.
And Jace is going to make a mistake every now and then. And sometimes when you don't get that shot, you come back, you want to get the ball back, and you cause yourself to make a foul.
I forget he's a sophomore because he plays like a D1 player.
Look at the hands by Jaden Johnson again.
All right.
Jaden's a little frustrated. He thought his teammate should have picked it up and passed it up court. He gets his hands on a lot of balls.
He's all over the court. He's so quick.
Yep. and athletic.
And they have Holloway in there at the same
Yes.
time. That's some duel.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mental breakdown by Desmond.
Nice.
35, got an easy score.
And this is a 13-point game, and Somerville is starting to settle down a little bit.
Yes,
and,
they are.
And relax. And that's something Colonia really does not want to happen.
The basket was by Andrew Trisson.
Nice stop and start by Jace. And way to use his body to block the defender from blocking his shot.
The improvement from last year, he is so much more athletic than he was last year.
Yeah, he was basically a jump shooter
He was
last
basically
year.
a standstill shooter last year.
He goes to the hole extremely strong, has great hop,
And
he's able to make the basket.
And great handle.
Yes.
Now, we were talking about him earlier. His game does remind me a little of Gary Battles.
Oh,
right?
Gary Battle could jump out of the gym and was very athletic and was a great jump shooter too.
Good ball handler
and
too.
a great ball handler.
Yeah.
And a great jump shooter too.
Yeah, but he didn't have the distance that Rodriguez
No,
has.
he didn't need to.
No, I guess you're right.
Yeah, he didn't need to.
But a heck of an athlete.
Yes.
There's a deep three. Goes deep, but that's all right. Shooters have to shoot.
Yes, they do.
Shooters
They
have
do.
to shoot.
It was a little quick though, a little
Sure.
quick in the possession. But yes, he's more than capable of making it.
Beautiful pass, but it's intercepted by number 3, Paco.
Jace had all the right intentions on that, but he left it a little short. That pass that was intercepted by Somerville. And you're right, Kyle. They have settled down a little bit.
Yeah, there was a little bit of panic in them toward the end of the first quarter, but you see this now. They feel a little bit more comfortable in their game. I still feel that Colonia.
Good call.
Oh, I agree. I think Colonia
is
once.
They're a much better team, but Somerville is playing with a little bit of grit.
Yep.
And that's keeping them in the game.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, this young man, Hampton, number 5, and Bradley, number 4, has made a difference since they entered the game.
Yes.
And they're very quick also. Handle the ball well, don't mind taking the shots. Hampton goes to the hole. Bradley has no problem taking the outside shot. That particular time, Hampton was going to the basket, but he actually drove into Colonia, so it was a charging foul.
Yeah, well, Hampton started. He started the game with his orange shoes, very flashy with orange shoes on. And then number 4 came off the bench and gave them instant spark.
Yes.
All right, we have 4:23 left in the half, and score is 27-12. Phil, do we have anybody in any immediate foul trouble, or
None at all. The number 24 for Somerville has 2,
Okay.
and that's it, Tim Licana. So Colonia starts off with Herman, Holloway, Vodanovic, Rodriguez, and Herman.
this is the original starting
Original
five?
starting
Yep,
lineup.
yep.
Yeah, original starting lineup in there. Colonia is going to try to stretch out the lead before half.
Somerville's playing a zone,
Yep. 1-2-2 zone
which means the middle should
or
be open.
1-3-1. Actually, they're playing a 1-3-1
that baseline
with the
should be-
small guy on the baseline,
There
and
we
they
go.
punished him.
Middle was open.
They punished him. Yeah, they had the smallest player on the back, and all they did was get the ball to the big guy, and he laid it up. Perfect execution.
It's perfect coaching.
Yes, absolutely.
And this one hit a 3 before, in and out.
Yes, Panko, he missed it. That's his third shot, but he's 1 for 3.
Nice move
Nice
by
move by
Holloway.
Oh, my!
One of the best plays of the game.
What
so
a
far.
basket!
Yeah.
What body control! What ball control! And he lays it off the
It's
glass.
very impressive, the athleticism with him and Jayden Johnson. Their quickness and their athleticism is unquestioned.
Somerville taking some instruction from the sideline,
And Colonia's built this up to a 19-point lead.
which happened extremely quick. There's Bradley.
He came amongst the trees, and he left it short.
Vodanovic on the rebound.
Nice ball movement.
There we go. Jace Rodriguez with 3.
Nice ball movement by Colonia.
Kyle, he has 11 points so far. 1/3 of the Colonia points. There's Bradley with a 3.
Yes, he's gave them a spark off the bench. But if I was Somerville, I wouldn't be in that 1-3-1 with Bradley in the back.
Now, there you go. Just go attack the basket.
Look,
That's it.
That's what they did.
Kyler Herman, just attack the basket.
He's too small. He has a lot of heart, but he's too small to depend on the back end.
There we go. Colonia can blow this open.
Holloway with a bad pass. There was nowhere to go with that. Bounce pass, up pass, anything.
Well, didn't it go off the guy's foot?
That's what Coach Rodriguez is arguing right now. He believes it was a kickball.
Yeah, it went off his foot.
Yeah. And,
all right, well, they missed that call.
One referee was allowing Coach to get his argument out, but
well, the other one was running back.
The one who made the call said no way.
Yeah. Well, the play was right in front of us, so we saw it go off his foot, but.
Beautiful spin by Somerville player number 35, Tristan.
And I like what Radonovich did. He pushed the ball up. He didn't look right away because they collapsed on the ball, and he ended up drawing a foul out of it.
Sometimes that's your best fast break. You take it off the rim, you go up court, you get an advantage, 3-on-2, 2-on-1, 4-on-3.
Not only that, I'd rather he do that than do something that's silly.
Yes.
You know, get control of the ball, see where you are, see where your players are, then make the right decision.
Yes. He's trying to make them come out of that zone.
Be easy if Rodriguez starts shooting.
Well, they're man-to-man now.
They're man-to-man, yep. Here we go with the motion offense. They're still trying to draw a little bit of a trap on them.
Colonia's in no hurry.
A little bit over a minute to go.
They're running some nice back screens. Rodriguez, foul line jumper.
Beautiful.
Nice, easy, soft touch.
That's what we wanted to see earlier. He missed a shot earlier, but he came in. You don't have to shoot from the 3. Reggie Miller used to start out shooting underneath the basket. By the end of the game, he was shooting from half court.
He was warm by then. Beautiful basket going to the hole for Hampton, but he missed the layup.
Yeah, he missed the easy bunny. He missed the easy bucket. Look at that play.
Oh, beautiful.
What a dump off by Chiara.
And Chiara didn't panic.
Nope.
No.
He was up in the air. He was about to head out of bounds. He kept his eyes toward the court and located Johnson.
Instant offense. Johnson's always in the right place.
Senior leadership.
Yes, which Kyle talked about earlier.
He sure did. We're in the final seconds, guys, of the first half. 7 seconds left.
Right.
The basket was by Lacana. He's the one we talked about, had 2 fouls earlier, but he scored. And the foul was on Ponce. I thought he said
what number? Oh, 11. You're right.
Okay.
And this will allow Somerville to go into the locker room on a positive note, but I wouldn't count Colonia out with 4 seconds left from getting one more basket.
Oh, no,
That's on Donovich.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was on the freshman. Yeah, if they can quickly get up court, and Jace with his range as a shooter, they can get any kind of possession, but they didn't control the rebound, so that's going to end the half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 40-17 in favor of the Colonia Patriots. Enjoy your break. Go to your fridge and get yourself something to drink and come back and watch the second half. We'll be here. Don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of the Section 2, North Jersey Group 3, second round. I'm here with Mike Payne, and I'm here with Phil Hall, and we have a 40-17 lead. Gentlemen, how do you feel about this?
Feel very good. Colonia's starting off with 2-3 shots at the basket, and now it went out of bounds on Somerville. But Colonia has a comfortable lead, but no lead is too comfortable, so they got to still keep playing aggressive. The pace is in Colonia's favor, and they're playing like they want to play again on Wednesday night.
Well, I'll tell you what, Somerville has a couple of individuals on their team that's very athletic, including this young man, Hampton, that just jumped up to knock that ball out of bounds. He skied up for the ball.
Yes, Hampton's a sophomore.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at their roster.
They are a young team.
Yeah.
They're a very young team.
Bradley, the one comes off the bench, is only a sophomore.
Number 4, the shooter.
And Palco. What's his number? I think he's number 3. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he starts the game, handles the ball extremely well.
So they're a young team.
And Somerville got out of that 1-3-1, and they're back in the man defense.
What a pass.
And Holloway.
What a pass by the big man, Desmond.
Speaking of the pass and the score, for the first half, Holloway had 4 points. Jaden Johnson, 7 off the bench. Rodriguez, 12. Tyler Herman, 4. Radonovich, 8. And Sierra had 5 for a total of 40 points for Colonia.
Yes. Nice move by the big man, number 35.
So there was a sighting of our former superintendent, Mr. Vinny Smith, walking through here.
What a pleasure.
His son, Nick Smith, was at one time the all-time leading scorer.
For a long time.
And Vinny was a fantastic superintendent for Woodbridge when he was here.
He was. Yes,
and
he
his
was.
son, Nick, I followed him into, he went to Stonehill.
Yes,
I believe. But he was one of the purest three-point shooters I'd ever seen in the game at that time.
Nice
This is
floater.
2005 now.
Yep, for a big guy, he could shoot.
Yes.
There was a floater for Jace Rodriguez for 2. Ball goes out of bounds. I want to give a shout out to our councilman, Corey Spiller, who's home. He was recovering from surgery. He's watching the game right now.
All right,
And
Corey.
give him a big shout out. Colonia's a graduate. Corey's a graduate of Colonia High School, and we hope you heal fast, buddy.
Yes, speedy recovery, Corey. Speedy recovery.
We want you back, Corey. We know you know how we feel about you, man. Take care of yourself. If you need anything, give us a call. And for Somerville, Peko has 3 points in the first half. Bradley had 5. Hampton 2. LeCanter had 2. And Andrew Tristan had 5 for their total of 17 points.
And there goes Holloway with the hop. Oh, look at that. He executes that so well where that dribble and then he hops inside the paint and gets that off.
The body control.
Yes.
And he can hit it when it's a bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so athletic. He's so strong going to the basket. And sometimes he has impossible angles.
Yes.
And he can still get it up to the rim.
He knows where the basket is.
Wow.
Missed shot by Somerville, number 33 on the rebound, but he flipped it off.
Jace Rodriguez very confidently and very smooth pulls up for 3.
Yep, he's in a groove. He's in a groove. And they're going to need that. Granted, if they advance, they're going to need that type of scoring and that type of confidence.
Panko with the shot, missed it. On the rebound was number 35. That was Tristan, but it was off of Colonia, I believe. It's
Jace Rodriguez's shot was so pure, you got the net all tangled up on the opposite end. So somebody should go to the opposite end. And
he's going to untangle it right now.
Let's see.
Hard foul.
Now they're going to have a chance to untangle it now.
So the foul was on number 24 from Somerville. That's LeCanter. And that's his, I believe that would be his second one. Yes, it is.
It is. So 2 shots for Holloway. We talked about his athleticism and how he can get to the basket, uncoil his body, and draw the contact. That's exactly what he did.
So Holloway on the free throw line misses the first one, and they called that foul actually on Runyon. That's his second.
Yeah, I know if Colonia wants to keep advancing, they're going to have to shoot foul shots a little bit better.
Absolutely.
The further you go, the more important those foul shots are going to become. Every point counts. Nice steal by Desmond.
Right, Desmond.
Nice handle by Desmond. Nice
Said,
and one by
yes.
Desmond. They counted it.
He killed and one.
They counted it.
Yes. He did what he had to do to avoid that, and the player from Somerville got called on the block.
I heard Phil talk on the last telecast that Desmond handles the ball like a point guard.
Yes,
does.
he does.
Yeah.
And as Kyle mentioned, he's a true freshman. So that's number 3 on Panko. He's one of their starters. He handles the ball well. That's his 3rd foul as we're just getting into the 3rd quarter here with almost 5 minutes to go.
Good rotation on that shot.
Yeah, but Colonia is really starting to open it up, so you can't worry about 3 fouls right now. You know, they're getting, they're falling at a deficit.
Holloway with the rebound on the 3-pointer and missed everything.
And Colonia coming right back at you.
Sierra accelerates, but overshoots the backboard.
Now, you know what I like to see? Colonia is trying to get the rebound, and Jaden Johnson is running out to get it. But did you see Vandanovich run out of the paint to help him to get the ball?
Yeah.
When you get a center committed to the game and playing it, that's great.
Yes. Well, Colonia is really hustling today. They're really playing with a lot of urgency. Long shot by Rodriguez. And look at Johnson on the boards.
Johnson gets the rebound and gets fouled.
Going to the line for 2.
Not only did he get the rebound, did you see how high he was
Of
up?
course.
Woo.
Of course. Yeah, when Jaden Johnson and Holloway are in the game, that's a tough cover for any defense.
So, there are parts of Johnson's game that he doesn't need to work on. One of the things he does need to work on is his free throws.
Yes.
You just pointed it out on the last possession that
Yes.
this is something as Colonia goes deeper into the playoffs, they want to make sure that all parts of their game are solidified.
Yes, those were not 2 good-looking foul shots by Jaden Johnson. The first one was an air ball, and the second one banged off the backboard. So, yes, Kyle, he has to improve that free throws.
Holloway went out of the game. Klein came in. His instant offense, he gets 2 right off the bat.
A nice feed by Sierra.
Yep. Always looking up. That's the quarterback in him, right, Kyle?
Yes, sir.
He's always looking for that assist
That's right, looking downfield.
for a touchdown.
Good left hand.
I didn't
Number
see that.
14,
45.
number 45,
Triolo.
Anthony Triolo.
Yeah, that's his first basket.
And he's a big body.
And a
Yes,
nice
he is.
moves in the basket, in the paint. I agree.
So they have him listed at 6'6". He's a big kid.
And I mentioned last telecast, when a person wears two different color shoes, he must be pretty good. So let's see.
Because he's going to bring a lot of attention to himself.
Let's see.
Oh,
Nice
what
back cut.
Nice. Klein.
Nice back cut by Klein. I don't know who threw the pass. Who threw him the pass?
I think it was
Whoever it
Jace.
was. Whoever it was nice.
And
And
Klein
Klein.
got the steal.
And he laid it up. I thought he was going to try to dunk it, but
Well,
it was a nice soft touch.
He had thoughts of dunking, but he didn't want to get
45 from Triola.
Yeah.
Looked at him.
Yeah.
He goes, I play on the football team.
Yeah, he didn't want to get his feet swept from under him.
Yeah.
Not only that, that's quick 6 points for Klein.
Yeah.
Jace goes up and under. It doesn't go,
Yeah.
but they keep possession. And he gets a good look at that one, but it doesn't go. And Jaden Johnson is there for the rebound.
Always hustling.
Yeah.
Never gives up on a play. Jaden Johnson. Offensive foul.
All right. Yep.
Offensive foul by Desmond. A little out of control.
I've never seen a referee blow the whistle and then point to his partner to make the call.
Yeah.
He wanted to see if he's,
And he was underneath the basket,
Yeah,
which is the right position.
I think he knew that they both were going to call
Yeah.
offensive foul.
So that's the third on Radonovich. We are right now. We have a 38-point lead for Colonia. 2 minutes, 6 seconds. This is something where you finish this quarter really strong.
So you can
And-
start getting your subs in the game.
That's right. Get them some playoff experience.
Okay, so here's the question, and Mike and I went through this Friday night. and we kind of call two different things. So Colonia is up 38 points. I didn't even realize it was that many.
Yeah, 38.
So what do you do as a coach? Do you substitute and let the other guys into the game so they can get additional experience? And do you change your game plan with the press that you've been using to get you to where you are so you can see that they act and react under those situations? Or do you go in with a different strategy?
I guessed right last game.
And I didn't like that, by the way.
And I guessed right. I said you take the pressure off. You can have the guys play the whole quarter, but you don't need the full court press. If you're up 45, 50 points, you don't need to be pressing.
And Kyle, my opinion was, before you make a comment, because I want to hear your point of view, my opinion is that's what you have as your game plan. That got you to where you are.
Okay.
I'd like to see my substitutes come in and do the same thing that my starters were doing in case I need them to replace one in a similar situation. Your thoughts?
And that's something that you would see out of Coach Bobby Hurley. You know, he might beat a team by 60 points. It's because he's doing it with his backups.
Yeah.
And he doesn't expect the tempo to ever change and the energy level to change. But I get that. And, you know, at the same time.
We're going to see what Coach Rodriguez does. Yeah. We're going to see what he does.
Sure. And the game's not over. You're going to, you know, you still want to start your guys for the fourth quarter and let them take it into like 6 minutes, and then you start bringing your subs in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But if he does that with the starters, I agree. He will keep his foot on the pedal. But if he starts with the second string, I don't think he's going to have the press on. Well, we'll see. Interesting conversation.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Bradley again.
By Bradley.
The combination of Bradley, Hampton, and Palco, they're going to be formidable next year.
I agree. And all three of them are quick. All three of them handle the ball extremely well, and they don't make turnovers.
Yep. And all three are sophomores.
Nice. Coming off of the curl, you get Dylan Chiera for two.
Yes.
And just for our viewing audience, with 33 seconds left in this quarter, we have over 70 people who joined us on Facebook or YouTube or Channel 35.
And that's Klein's second swat into the
second emphatic block.
And that's from a guy who's only about 5'11", 6 foot. That's either he's got a very long reach, and I can see from here he does have long arms.
He does.
And he's also got tremendous jumping ability. He times it well.
Very
I was just about to say that, Kyle, with the hopping ability, but his timing is perfect.
Yeah.
Now, you said he plays football. What position he played, Kyle?
I believe he was a receiver and a corner.
Okay.
And he could play pickleball for me with that athleticism. Rodriguez with the shot. And it goes in.
Nice soft rims.
Who was that at the last?
Rodriguez for two. Nice mid-range game. So with that last bucket, Colonia went up 40 points. And what did I say? They were undefeated with what? Scoring more than 60, and they got 63 already. So.
Safe to say that they can take this one home, but, you know, how they finish this game
is important.
Because even if I know Coach is probably still going to start the starters for this last quarter and then bring in his reserve players, but because you don't want to lose a lead, it's hard to get back that momentum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that can sometimes carry into the next round as well. You know?
Yeah, they can start off stale next game and all that. No, it's technically it's not over, but as I told Phil, you know, when the Colonia game, I think the girls last time, it's over.
Yeah.
Somerville's not scoring and making up 40 points in one quarter. But Kyle, it was important what he said. You still want to play the right way. You still want to have some momentum going into the next game.
Yeah. Yeah, and Colonia is playing well. At one point before the county semifinals, Colonia had won 11 in a row.
Yes.
And they really were moving along really well before they lost that game, and that game could have gone either way. It could have
gone either way, and then they lost their next game, too.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so they were kind of down from losing the county game. But, yeah, that was an emotional game that they had lost to Piscataway.
Yeah.
But the building of the confidence from when they were 4-7 at the beginning of the season.
Sure.
And, again, playing a really tough schedule, not having four of the people that you thought would be there starting as seniors, is to be commended.
Yes, no
It's
question.
just commendable.
So Colonia came out with 3 out of the 5 starters. You got Klein in the game, and you got number 11, the center, in the game.
Chiero's on the bench.
Yeah, and Herman's on the bench.
And Herman.
Yeah,
Yep.
so Ponce is in, and Klein is in.
Yep. So Colonia moving the ball, trying to get it to.
Make the extra pass,
Yeah.
you know?
He's trying to get him involved.
And Bradley
Another
starting
steal.
for Somerville in the fourth quarter.
And this is kind of why you're going to get your starters out before too long, because you don't want no chance of injuries.
You know, and sometimes you get players from the opposite team trying to make a play.
Yes.
And, you know, collisions, things like that happen, and you end up getting an injury.
So we need to mention, with the lead at this point, everything is a running clock.
So there's a new rule for the high school rules of 35 points or more in the second half, and the clock will remain running.
Okay, 35.
Samantha told me that, by the way.
Yes, she
Samantha
did.
Roth Green.
She was on it. Look at his quickness. What a pass.
Yep.
And the big guy blew it. Number 35 blew it, but Bradley gave him a beautiful pass. Euro step by Rodriguez.
Oh, what a floater. Love it.
If I was Coach Rodriguez, I would be thinking about getting my starters out of the game. Remember, Phil, last year, we didn't get Aiden Durkett out of the game,
And he hurt his ankle.
and he sprained his ankle.
Okay.
He still played through it, but he got hurt when Colonia was up around 35 points.
So for Somerville, the only one that didn't come in that started was Runyon. They have Bradley still in the game, replacing him, number 4. Hampton at the line. Makes the first one.
He went a long time without scoring. He scored, I think, the first basket for them, and he hadn't scored since.
He makes the second one.
Oh, he got fouled on a 3?
Yeah. Aponza regretted that one immediately. Knew he didn't have to do it.
And he misses the third one. Vodanovich on the rebound.
And Coach Rodriguez has gone 9 deep so far on the bench. So we'll see. We've got a lot more players to get in.
He needs to go 14 deep.
Absolutely.
Kyle. He needs to get these starters out of the game. He can keep number 11 in the game. He's not a starter, but he needs to get these players rotated. I would hate to see someone get hurt unnecessarily when the game is totally out of hand.
No, we don't want that.
Rodriguez with a long shot, misses it. Bradley dribbles it off his leg. It's going the same way. Somerville will keep the ball.
And typically, Mike, you may know this as well. You know, the onus is on the losing team to make the subs.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the coach says, well, listen, I'm going to leave my starters out there as long as you leave your starters. You take your guys out, and I will remove
He's
them.
probably thinking about that, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
see his assistant coach talking to him now.
Yeah,
Well, he just put in Gibson, number 11, for Somerville as a replacement,
sure.
replacing Bradley. Now he seems like he's getting another gentleman in. He's going to the bench, number 33. He was the original starter, Runyon, but he's at the desk getting ready to check in. And coming in for number 35, taking out Tristan, who scored a total of 7 points in the game, 5 in the first half, 2 in the second half.
They get ready to come in.
We see the reserves coming
Yes,
in,
yes.
but I believe it is one of those things where it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
I
hey,
agree.
I'm not gonna put my JV players in
Against your
so that you
varsity.
can make the score look good.
Right.
You know. And I don't blame him. I agree with him on that.
But I see the guys taking their warm-ups off, and they're heading to the
And they're going
scorer's
in.
table now. Wholesale changes, as they say.
And we got a foul holding. Looks like it's on the gentleman who was just inserted into the game, number 11, Gibson.
All right.
So we got wholesale substitutions here, and I'll try and give you the names of all of them. Number 42 is coming in. That's Alufabai. And let's see, number 14, that's Farrad. He's in the game. Number 15 was in. We know who number 15 is. That's Taylor.
Oh, one of the Colonia fans got kicked out. Cops is
I don't know if it's Colonia.
You think it's Somerville?
Let's not label it. Yeah, well, our Colonia fans sit on the left.
Okay.
And
so the cops are escorting one of the Somerville fans out.
Yeah. But, it's unfortunate. The game's already been decided. And, you don't want to get into it with the referees.
Nope.
Chris Charles is also in the game. He's handling the ball, number 21.
Okay.
Well, we can safely say that Colonia is going to advance to the next round. And I believe the game will be here on Wednesday.
Yes. According to Samantha.
We don't know who they'll play, but they will advance.
Here, I will try to look it up. See who we have in that round.
Got a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Colonia.
So with the running clock, it's 2:13 left in the game. Colonia with a lead of 65-27.
And again, I just want to mention these gentlemen's name. Chris Charles is in. Joey Farrad is in. Number 21. Oh, I said Chris Charles. I'm sorry. Number 13 is Homel. He's in. I don't think I mentioned him. And we know Taylor's in. And number 42, Alufabi.
Okay. That was good, Phil, because I definitely couldn't have pronounced it.
2 syllables at a time.
But Colonia is going to move on, and they kind of made up for the loss of our women, unfortunately, the women losing earlier.
And it was a good game. Colonia wasn't at their best. They didn't have a high percentage shooting, but they played tough, very aggressive. And that basket was by number 42, Alufabi.
Oh, the crowd loves it.
Yeah, the crowd went crazy. And he
Comes
blocked
in
the
for
shot.
a block shot.
And an impressive block shot. And he's hustling for the loose ball now.
Getting down to get it, too.
But it's important experience for these players to get in and make meaningful plays. And they'll feel confident, like you said, Phil, if they're suddenly asked to play in a meaningful moment in a future game, they could say that they got some experience.
That's right.
So we got 2 more players getting in.
Okay, Trilio comes in for Lacana for Somerville.
Yeah, Somerville's giving their senior a nice hand.
And
Lacana's a senior.
Number 5 for Colonia is Marta Kanich. He's in. And there was one more player I think I'm missing.
And number 23.
And number 23 is Andrade.
Lucas Andrade.
Hampton at the line.
So he made his first 2 foul shots the last trip. Now he's missed his last 2.
And Colonia will take possession and just dribble the ball out, and
that probably will be the last point
that'll be
scored
it.
of the game.
Walk it up the court.
Chris Charles walking it up slowly.
So Colonia 2 convincing wins, a 30-point win over North Hunterdon, a 39-point win over
Somerville Tigers.
And Dylan Humble holds the ball as time runs out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 67-28. Colonia will advance to the next round. We're hoping that it'll be a home game, and if it is, we're hoping that TV 35 will cover it. We do appreciate you being here with us from every stretch of the way. On behalf of my colleagues, Phil and Mike, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And that's it.
Thank you. Good
Colonia
night.
Victory. Thank you, Samantha and Emil. Appreciate TV 35 coverage.